My name is Eddie Sanderlin, and I'm a student at ECU, and I'm studying biology, and I'm a junior, so 1 year, and I'm out of here, hopefully.
Hi, my name is Matt Stump. I'm a grad student at ECU, and I am 27 years old. Originally from Pittsburgh, but I've been here about 13 years.
I grew up in a home where my father and my mother loved Christ dearly, and their love just spilled over on me. And I wanted to please my father. My father was my hero, so I knew that the thing that he loved most was Christ, so I wanted to please him. So I knew that the thing that would make him most happy with me would be to become a Christian.
I was 26 years old the first time I actually enjoyed going to church. When I was a kid, I didn't like going to church, and as soon as I was able to, I stopped going.
I said, "Hey Dad, I want to become a Christian like you." And so I remember sitting down with me and going over the gospel point by point, reading the Bible with me, making sure I understood it, and I said, "Yes, I do, yes, I do." And so we sat around and I prayed to God, asked Jesus to come into my heart, you know, those words. I said the prayer, and this was the gospel mistake number one, is I was basically praying that prayer to my Father, not God. And so, and there's no power in my words to save me, and I didn't understand that either then.
Growing up, I tried lots of different things. Mostly I tried to do things on my own. I thought I was real smart, and I just knew that someday I'd have it all figured out. But as you may have guessed, that day never came. I never did get it all figured out. I spent a lot of time struggling and rebelling and trying to justify my actions and trying to justify myself. I didn't want to have to rely on anybody else, and I didn't want to have to rely on God.
Towards high school, going through that, this is where Christ really, he made known to me my sin and how that affected everyone, how sinful of a person I was. But through high school, God brought in a friend of mine. His life was really dark. He's one of the guys that you're supposed to say, there's no way God could ever save him, but God can. But I made friends with him. We started talking, and we started studying the Bible, and we went through Romans 5 and 6.
Then one day I met a girl, and she started talking to me about her faith and about Jesus and about the Bible, and I was blown away by her strength of conviction. She invited me to her church, and I wasn't completely convinced, but I decided to check it out. So the first day I came to Integrity, I was very nervous and uncomfortable because I probably wasn't there for the right reasons. But I left immediately after the service, but I did come the next Sunday, and I kept going.
In Romans chapter 5, really how Christ saves us. It's not, we can't become good and then go to the cross. As Ben always said, Christ didn't come to make good people better, but dead people alive. And so reading that made me realize that there's no way I can fix myself to come to Christ first. I have to come to God with all my failures, my sins, and He's the only way that I can come to a saving knowledge of Him and actually see a changed heart, to become alive to Christ and dead to my sin. And so I repented of my sins then, turned away from all of them. I realized exactly how God viewed my sin, how He hated it.
So one night I folded my hands and I closed my eyes, and I asked God for help. And I asked Jesus to forgive me for my sins. I told Him I was sorry. And as I thought about Him on the cross, taking on the wrath of God for all the sins of mankind, I cried.
And I saw God change my heart, make me a new creature in Him, a new creation, make my heart of stone flesh. And ever since then, my life has been completely different. I aim to please Christ, to study Scripture, to know Him better, to sin less, to love Him more. And He's been doing that, and I see that all in my life.
I have a peace that is just remarkable, and I still sin, but I ask God to help me to be righteous, and I thank God for having His Spirit work in me.
I learned that my dad isn't the hero, as awesome of a guy as he is. Neither am I. Neither, not that I'm awesome, but just how unable I am to do anything. It's all Christ through me. So Christ is the hero, and that's my story.